And hello and welcome to week 9 of the Aegyrian Adventurers Guild. I'm your DM Brad, joined today by all of my lovely players. And before we get kicked off with the action today, um, we will have a recap of what happened last time. And this week, Sarah is in charge of delivering said recaps. So, if you would
Uh,
please.
okay, I vaguely remember what happened. The gist of the matter is that we all survived, more or less unscathed. I believe we have cleared the mansion of all the orcs. Last time I think of it as having fought the second part of the battle. We used Drake's wonderful hammer to lure the orcs from the second floor. We killed them. I do not remember how. Okay, there was a hostage, or rather, can I call that orc a hostage?
He's like a
It has been
POW, a prisoner of
it
war.
has been interrogated rather violently. Uh, we found out about a thunder hill. No, I'm making this up right now. Basically, something related to thunder, and there was also a map on the half orc's body. Uh, then Nonna dashed away as she usually does in search of maybe treasures. She managed not to kill herself on the staircase, but encountered a flock of vampire bats, which
Mosquitoes.
almost killed her. Yes, vampire mosquito. Well, mosquitoes are vampires. Anyway, which almost killed her. Drake and I had to dash, jump floors, almost fly to the rescue. That one ended well. We have also searched the mansion, found some treasures, of which I only remember having a rod and a cloak. There was probably more. Anyway, as we decided to get out of here and return to the lodge and report our success, uh, Frederick, as he usually does, decided to stir up mischief and kill a boar. However, he didn't get to that because it's thunderstorming and raining, and there are ominous figures appearing in the woods outside the mansion. And I believe this is where we left ourselves.
My short attention span saved all of you. Okay, they would have taken us by ambush if I didn't notice them.
Alright, so.
Did I miss anything?
You forgot Friedrich now knows he can read minds thanks to Nona.
I believe we already know and regret that.
He actually specifically can't read minds. He can project his thoughts onto other people, but get nothing in return. Unless you mean that once a day detect.
You can once per day read one person's mind, maybe, sort of.
Yep.
Anyways,
Exactly.
so as we get back into things, I believe, yes, the last thing that had happened was Friedrich had decided that they needed a boar to roast and eat, I suppose, or just to kill for fun.
Or maybe be friends with. I don't know.
I'm not entirely sure what his intentions were, but as he went through the door, which you guys had left open, he noticed that there had been a large sort of torrential storm appearing outside, and visibility was heavily reduced as a result. And he just barely made out what appeared to be several humanoid figures sort of emerging from the tree line, as well as sort of converging from the paths that lead out of the manor house. I believe his immediate reaction was to slam like the door shut again and kind of like press himself against it. What is your passive stealth score?
Friedrich?
My passive stealth score?
Yes.
So my stealth is
It's
4
off
from
dexterity.
dex. Yeah, 4. It's 4 from dex and jack of all trades, so I
Okay.
guess it's 14.
All right. Yeah, and that basically just represents like how difficult you are to spot when you're not actively trying to be stealthy, but also not just like in being really loud and obnoxious. So it's just kind of like a general, like,
Which
if
Frigid
somebody
was not very often. He's usually loud.
yeah, usually loud and obnoxious, but this time luckily he wasn't making a big like burst or show of going outside. I think with that, basically, you managed to skirt inside and close the door before the figures outside seem to like notice your presence there. And then you can barely hear over the sound of the torrential rain hitting the roof and dripping down into puddles that gather on the stone floor, and the occasional burst of thunder in the distance. It appears as though they are talking, like maybe like just outside the door. Like they appear to be like walking. You can hear their like footsteps.
I lock the door.
Make an investigation check.
Okie dokie.
Mhm.
Investigation. 13.
Yeah, so you search around and you find what would serve as a lock. However, it is a type of lock that you require the key to lock. It is not just like a knob that you can turn.
Nona has
I psychically commune with Suckchos.
No,
Help!
no, we need Nona. Because she
Wait.
has a thief's kit, which can open locks and I suppose close them.
Yeah, and I think as you're like doing this, you can like hear like the footsteps, like they're approaching like close to the door, but they like stop just outside, and now you can hear like the sounds of two people basically like having sort of like a screamed conversation at each other over the din of the thunder and lightning and the rain.
Does the door open inward, Brad, towards us?
This door, it would open. Yeah, I think it would open into the mansion. It's like an outside door, so I think it would open in.
Cool. Hey, so you tell me you're screaming for help. Do you explain the situation, or are you just screaming help? What's going on?
I'll be like, lots of people outside coming towards us. They look bad, man. Look bad.
Okay, so I remember something that we found last time. I looked to Nona. I'm like, can you come to the door and bring your new stick, your new fancy stick?
The lockable in place stick.
Mm-hmm.
Immovable rod, yeah.
Immovable rock. Yeah.
We're still on the title page, by the way, Brad. Are we supposed to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, and someone drew a tongue and some
Yeah.
eyelashes on the dragon.
We're decorating the dragon, yeah.
Of course, as you do.
Yes. Someone had to do it.
Oh yeah, so yeah, I guess as you're like Friedrich, you run away from the door or whatever to like talk with everybody. So, because I assume you're not shouting
now.
from like right in front of the door where they're on the other side.
I'm a telepath.
Yeah, he telepathically.
Oh,
he
he's
said he telepathically
telepathically.
screamed at me.
Okay.
That's why I was like,
Telepathically screaming.
yeah. So I asked Nona to come and put her fancy new rod in front of the door, basically.
Bit lewd, but okay.
Sug, what is your passive perception?
13.
All right, so yeah, I think as you come over to the door with Nona, and after sort of explaining the situation, you can make out like bits and pieces of the conversation on the other side. Like I said, it's very heavily drowned out by the rain and thunder. But you can make bits and pieces of the conversation. One of the figures says something along the lines of, it's been a while since they went in there. And then the other one sort of like responds like, Granok has probably dealt with them. It is fine. And they seem to be sort of having a conversation back and forth. Obviously, I think you could probably tell that they've taken shelter underneath the balcony, basically from the rain.
I was muted. Whoops.
I'm just gonna make my way, Brad, to the back door that I know isn't that the door doesn't exist there. You know, just cause.
Sure.
Mm.
So you begin.
I'll wait around this corner.
Okay.
I basically am like whispering to Nona as I assume she's putting the rod into place that
Yeah.
that they think that we're probably dead. They assume the sorcerer killed us, the lightning man.
I'm gonna.
I mean, it's a good assumption to make.
This is like a balcony, right? Out here.
Yeah, so that's like a little tower
no, I think
room.
that's a room, and
Yeah.
the balcony is on.
Well, there's a window here. Can I
Yeah, there's
see
a
them
few
through the window?
windows. I think like if you push yourself up, you can like just barely make them out, but it's very heavily blocked by the window itself, the wall, and like the columns and banisters of the thing. I think you could basically like barely see one guy like leaning up against one of the columns.
Oh. We could look at them from the second floor. Oh no, they're covered. We can't.
How many were there?
For now, I think we're here too.
Why don't we just storm them? Just kill them.
Well, Frederick
Did
Frederick
Frederick
said there was
bite
a
you?
lot of. Frederick told me telepathically that there was a lot of guys out there, not just.
Oh
two.
yeah.
These are just the ones
Sad.
in here talking.
That's
Yeah.
sad.
So yeah, as you guys are sort of moving back, Friedrich's moving to the back door. Nona's kind of like pressing up to like try to like see if she can see them. I think you basically see Nona, like the one that's like leaning, kind of like pushes forward and like disappears out of your sight. And Sug, you hear again like between the two orcs, and they say we should check just to make sure. The time is drawing near, and we must quit this place. And then you hear like the sound of footsteps like drawing close to the door, and then like the handle turns and like pushes inward, and like you hear like a it's stuck. What? Ugh! And you hear like a banging on the door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I back up a little bit to like kind of take cover in this room in case they try to like, I don't know, blow the door down or something.
Yeah, I'm gonna like hide and get ready to ambush.
I suppose a retreat is wise.
Wait, oh god, you know what we could do. I tell him.
I suppose over here in the drawing room.
I'm like whispering to Theron and Nona, I guess, and but Nasha probably, to let you guys know. I was like, we could all hide in the very creepy well with the blood tree. I don't think they would go check there, but also, they might. I don't know. If we do that, there's no really way to get out. Whisper, whisper.
But what if they take my rod?
That's true. What do they take your rod? That's unfortunate.
I like how the consideration I'm at the back door on my own is not crossing anyone's mind.
Yeah, no worry about
You'll
that.
be fine. You'll be fine.
Frederick just ran off, and I'm like, yes, Frederick, he'll come back eventually.
Are they still trying to open the door?
Yeah, I think like they bang on the door for like a while, like realizing it's like it appears to be stuck, and like you can hear like at one point one of them like full body like slams into the door, like trying to like get it open, and then the sound stops. And I think at this point, it's like you're too far away from the door to really hear conversation through it. So yeah, they stop basically, and then there's like a pause where you don't hear anything anymore.
Right. When the door stops rattling, I'm gonna try to look out the window again.
Okay. Yeah, I think as you look out the window, you can see one of them moving up to these like two boars and kind of like gesturing to like in that direction.
Okay, it's getting interesting.
And like kind of moving in that way.
I think they might be going around.
Grab one
So
of
I'm
you.
gonna
Grab Friedrich. One of you grab your rod.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab the rod.
We can either try to run out that way, or we can hide in the well. I don't know. It's up to you.
I mean,
Okay, do we
we're
see
done here,
anything
right?
else outside?
We're done here, but I mean, I guess we could try to run. It's also an option, but
Hiding in the blood tree well does not sound very appealing.
I also only saw one of them going around, so we can ambush the one that's out front.
true.
Question, are there any more of them out there?
Oh, there's a bunch.
Friedrich said there was a bunch.
Mm-hmm. Someone needs to get Friedrich though. So as implying like either Theron or Asha probably should go grab him.
Baron, come get me.
Okay,
Okay,
Yeah, I
are
think
my
basically-
arms still
Fine.
active?
No, I would say at this point they've probably
No,
faded.
okay, I will have to bodily grab Friedrich. One
Fine, I'll help.
one hand on his mouth so he doesn't make any sounds, the other dragging him. Okay, come with us now.
Grappling me.
That's fine. Stop complaining.
Right. Yeah, so I think as
It's
you
for
guys
your
are
own
running,
good.
as you guys are like running up to like grab Friedrich, I think you can hear like rustling basically outside, like rustling and footsteps outside, that like stop just short of getting to the door, and then you hear like a loud, shrill like whistling noise, like an obvious, very sort of like signal like whistle, like a two-tone kind of like thing.
I think we should set
Hmm,
up an ambush.
Yeah.
I have my swords drawn.
Let's pick a room.
Do you have your rod back? You picked it back up.
Yeah, I picked it up.
If we're gonna try and ambush them, maybe we leave it in front of this door so that there's only one way that they can get in.
Well, I mean, if we like ambushed in one of these rooms down here,
Sure, you can do that.
one of the smaller rooms.
All right.
All right, I'll run by and try to motion everyone to come in here.
Which room are you in? Oh, this one. Okay. Oof.
One down
This
here.
Do we want to try to go into the one to the left?
Is it better?
There's technically, I mean, a staircase in there. Like, if we have to like fight and retreat, we could get upstairs, right?
Oh yeah, good point. Okay, yeah, let's do
Isn't
this
it
room.
broken?
And it's got a, yeah, with the broken door, it's got a smaller choke point too. Like this is where we could have choked off those other guys. But we didn't.
All
Time
right,
to
so you
drag
guys are gonna make
Friedrich
your
over
way
there, I guess.
over to
Sure.
that room then. I think as Asha,
Oh.
Theron, and Friedrich are making their way over, kind of they're a little bit behind Sug and Nona. I think you hear more so than you see as you're making your way across from the main entrance. You hear this loud like of like thunderous energy as the like front door just shatters into like smithereens, blasting inwards. The rod is still fixed in place, but
No,
the
I
door.
grabbed the rod.
Oh, did you grab the rod? Okay.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
grab the rod. So the door just shatters inward with this thunderous force as you're like running past.
Guys, use my spells. Use my spells.
Let's.
You manage
Just-
to like
just-
run
just have
through
fun.
quickly enough that they don't like see you. So you guys like all gather in this room. But it's quite clear that they have like made their entrance now.
How big are these windows anyway, Red?
They're probably like they're like fixed in place. They're not like double hung windows, so they don't like slide open, but they're like maybe like big enough for a person to like squeeze through.
Oof. Okay. I was thinking about escape options.
Yeah,
Mentally.
you would have to
What's the
smash the
plan,
window to crawl
Sug?
through. But...
Oh yeah, I'm sure. I figured that. I just seeing if I can fit me and Theron especially are bigger, I think, than most everyone else.
Yeah. So everyone
And
get in
there
position to strike as
uh,
soon as they come to the door.
I
Can
I'll
we
stand
pull
here.
a Santa Claus and go up the chimney?
Doubt it.
You could
Only
try.
if you feel like getting stuck and suffocating to death.
Yeah, and then I think Sug, you can hear like shouting now over the sound of rain hitting the roof, and it just sort of says, "Granok, Granok, where are you?"
All right, I'm gonna hide and ready an attack.
I say to you in your head, Sug, try and sound like the guy. Maybe he'll buy it.
I was about to ask, do any of our customers have, I don't know, cantrips, spells to create voices away from us? Or I don't know, bang doors,
Nope, I'd
shatter
take a useless
windows.
cantrip.
Prestidigitation. Let me have a look here. It only has 10-foot range.
No, we would need
Uh,
probably minor
okay.
illusion,
Yeah.
which I should have taken, but I didn't.
um,
Telling you, Sug, do your best impression.
yeah.
Or
so-
we just ambush.
I'd rather like if we're gonna try to give a javelin, I'd rather them not know where we are at all, preferably.
Mhm.
Fine.
So
yeah.
everyone get in
So
position.
I think as
I'm in
you're
position.
waiting, Sug, you can still hear voices, sort of very muted in the distance. They're having sort of like a normal conversation, it seems, and then you hear like a shout basically that says, "Somebody has sprung the trap on the stairway. They must be upstairs. I will take a look. You stay down here."
By the way, where did we leave the dead bodies? Of
In the
our
room.
slain
Left the dead body
enemies?
in the room to the right.
Yeah, there's one dead body basically in the room, and then the rest just like dissolved into orc goop.
Okay.
This honestly, like, if they're splitting up and some of them are all the way upstairs, this might be our best chance to go out the window and get away if we're trying to escape.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that myself.
This might be the best opportunity we get.
All right.
Yeah,
I mean, someone needs to make the first move.
I say, like, Sug will like walk over to this window and like he motions for like Theron to go to the other one. If we like break both at the same time, you know, there's less time of us all squeezing through. Like if there's two windows.
We can do
Oh.
this.
I'll
We
cover
good,
the
everyone?
rear.
So I try to wait until I hear like I can hear them tramping up like the stairs over there, Brad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean you can.
Did
It's
they
hard,
leave
but
a sentry?
You can kind of hear the sound.
Did they leave someone on the ground floor?
Yeah, I tell you guys they are leaving people on the bottom floor, but some of them are upstairs, so this might be the opportunity to try to get out of here.
Yeah, I think you hear
Alright,
like
let's get out.
footsteps on like the
Then
stone,
how about the other set of windows? Not these ones, but at the back of the room.
Down here, I mean, we could do that. I was just going this way because this is like the way we came from. Like the path is out this way.
Is
So
it?
this we did come from this path, right, Brad?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys came from the sort of west this way.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
the windows in the other room open, so you probably don't need to break them.
Which other room?
No, Asha could use this one.
The room that we fought those orcs in? Because I opened the window and jumped out and fought from out there.
Upstairs? Oh, you mean? Oh,
Can these windows
right.
be opened?
Because you were talking about breaking the windows. I think they're just
Yes.
open.
I thought you busted through
I
one.
remember that
Nope.
one, yes.
I opened it.
Brad allowed you to open the window and hide.
I don't really want to try to go through the other room, so I think we should just bust out these ones.
Yeah.
Have you?
Do these windows open?
Do these windows open?
They're gonna open right now.
Yeah, but do they open more quietly than shattering glass?
No.
No.
Okay.
Solid.
Alright.
Sug like
All
puts
right.
his cloak up against the window so that it's slightly more muffled. Like he'll put his cloak up before he breaks it.
On the count of
sure.
3?
Yeah, on the count of 3.
All right.
All
so
right.
You guys count down, readying your weapons, and basically, on as the countdown concludes, you swing at these windows. They smash loudly, somewhat muffled by the sounds of the
Rain and everything.
the rain and the thunder and you know the cloaks you're putting over them. Although obviously still loud enough that anybody in the building on this floor would probably hear it. And I think you probably hear like a shout basically from like maybe like a room or two away, Sug, as this is happening. It says, "I just heard something."
Sug's already jumping out the window.
Okay.
too, as he
Uh,
broke.
Yeah.
Can you just make a dexterity check for me as you kind of leap out the window? You can see there's sort of like a patch of like vines and brush basically that you could theoretically like land in to soften the leap. But
I'm also
it's more just trying not to cut yourself on the fragments of glass that have been left behind.
Yeah. Sounds good.
The staging first off, or? Oh yeah.
My checks
yeah.
is the same. I just rolled a save because it's
Wow.
the same number.
All right. Yeah. So you're both able to leap out.
Is everyone
relatively
supposed to
easily.
make that?
Yeah. Anybody's like leaping out of the broken windows to get out. Has to
Yeah.
make a dex
Well,
save.
once I see them all pile out, I'll be like, all right, cool. I'm good, baby. Let's go.
All right.
Hiya!
Yep. You are easily able to do so. And, oh yeah, easily. You leap out of the window.
Yes, vaulting around, not getting caught by anything caught in any of the window frame, and not even squishing a pumpkin.
Let's bail.
Let's run,
Yes, please.
everyone.
Yeah, I'm fucking running to the way we came from, I guess.
Sure. So, yeah, as you guys go kind of running off in that direction, You get about let's say like about here-ish, right, as you're running off that path. When you kind of notice, you're a little bit ways from the mansion now. You're like out of, especially due to the reduced visibility of the rain. You're out of like eyesight of the mansion, but you notice basically like sort of in the brush to the sides, in the trees and low sort of underbrush, figures that basically like take note as you're leaving, and kind of like emerge from the grasses. You see these sort of human-sized figures that appear to be plants of some sort, just like shaped into humanoid forms, with all sorts of little sort of like needles jabbing out of their skin. And yeah, I think basically they kind of like shuffle out relatively like slowly, but kind of like begin to like fling their arms towards you, and you see their needles sort of like kind of moving out. And let us roll initiative.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Oh. So we can't outrun them?
Man.
We gotta kill the
You
plant people.
don't know until you try. You could maybe outrun them.
Plant people.
I say keep
We could
running.
try and outrun them, yeah.
All right.
I mean, yeah.
Nona's gonna
Keep
keep
running.
running.
If
Unless
we
someone
can-
tells her otherwise.
I mean, Slug might try to drop one that's in the way, but other than that,
All right.
Just shoulder tackle while you run past.
So yeah, Theron, you are up first. I guess. What is your game
I will
plan?
make a very brief decision to run.
All right. So I assume you're sort of double dashing, or you had regular
Yeah.
dash, double moving, as far as you can. So you move like 60 feet, right? You're a little bit off the map up there. Friedrich.
I think everyone's
Yes.
running at this point.
Well, it can't be too certain. You know, some people like to throw a wrench in the plans sometimes.
I'll run both my actions, Brad, after
All right.
Farron. Wait up, Farron!
So you run a little bit behind Theron, full speed. Asha, you're actually technically like way
Same.
faster than everybody else. You can actually like if you take off running full sprint, you'll actually pass Friedrich and Theron and kind of like run past them.
Also, if I use a key, I will dash
You could
again
go
and
super far, yeah.
cover triple the distance.
you could.
You could.
Asha's
Yeah.
just zooming.
I could almost keep up with you, but not quite.
But yeah, if you would like to just dash, you can just run straight past them, basically.
Yes, please, dash.
Okay. Sug.
Yep, dashing.
Okay. You're sort of at the rear. And then Nona.
I'll double dash.
All right, so you're basically right up there in the front with Aja. So we sort of have like a couple of different groups here, right? We've got Asha and Nona taking off full speed at the front, Theron and Friedrich kind of like just behind, and Sug a little bit behind them.
Slug is like
these-
specifically trying to keep his body between Friedrich and the fucking bad guys.
These creatures, they move up, and they seem to at least be able to keep up with like your walking speed. You're not really sure about like full out running, but they seem to be able to like keep up with a regular like walking speed. So they do get kind of like within range basically of the back of your group. And I think they basically just kind of like see Sug trailing like a little bit behind and just like unleash a volley of needles at him as you go.
Unlucky.
So 4 of them.
Ooh, there's more clerics this way.
Sorry.
I'm full HP.
Never whisper. Let me just
Yeah,
roll
don't say
those.
that confidently.
1, 2, 3, 4.
2 of them hit.
So I think 2 of them hit. One of which deals 6 piercing damage total, and the
That's
other
already
deals
fine.
8 piercing damage total.
These are non-magical, right? Essentially, like they're not.
Yeah, they're just needles.
Yeah, I take 8 then total.
Non-magical needles. All right. And I assume everybody's just going to keep running.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So then at that point, you will sort of be able to outpace them at a full sprint. They chase for like a little while, but basically after that, don't really get another chance to fire at you. So they eventually kind of like back off and like stop chasing and kind of slink back towards the woods and the manor, and you eventually kind of outpace them,
Good.
break off along the trail into the forest.
So where did our dash leave us?
I mean, you're like a few hundred feet down the trail now, away from the manor. Just kind of on this sort of like muddy trail. Again, heavy, like pouring rain, even like cutting through the tree canopy. You're getting soaked like almost like completely through immediately. The ground is kind of like sticky and muddy. It is not the most pleasant traveling conditions, and it's pretty late at night from what I remember too.
Yeah, we were gonna take a long rest before we came.
Well, I thought you said too that like theoretically we could get back to the hunter's lodge. Right?
Lodge in time.
You could, under normal conditions, it might be
Yeah.
pushing it to travel in this sort of weather, but you still probably have a good chance of making it back.
I mean, if we get back there and it's like after midnight, at least we're there.
Yeah.
It's relatively safe, right?
Mm-hmm. It's not like we can go back or camp in the woods, so no other option than to push forward
We could
and
camp
try
in the
to reach
woods.
the
It's just
lodge.
gonna be very wet and dangerous. But yeah, I think
So
we should
yes,
try to.
not an option.
Yeah, I think we should try to go back to the lodge.
Okay. So, in that case, then, I would like whoever is leading the group back to the lodge amidst these more harsh conditions to make a survival check for me.
Who has the best survival?
It's me. I think we established because you have a +3, don't you, Asha?
Of wisdom, yes, +3.
Okay, yeah, I have a +5 to survival, and I'm gonna guidance myself.
Okay.
Does someone want to help me?
I will help you. I give you a little back massage.
All right, that's negative help. I'll roll with disadvantage.
Not help at all.
So if he's giving me advantage, it's a 28.
Okay. I'm gonna say a back massage isn't exactly quite helpful enough to
Okay, cool.
really.
Okay,
Really
if not a back
okay.
massage, how about that lantern that Friedrich has on his belt?
How about I actually just help?
Yeah,
For
I'll
real.
do something like actually helpful.
It's like, no, I think we turned left here, man. Like, that sort of thing.
Hmm. Yeah, you step in and start trying to.
Wait,
like-
didn't you say that saying help is not enough? You have to actually specify
Yeah, you
what
have
you're
to like
doing to be
say what it
helpful?
is you're doing to be helpful.
That's what I do. I'm like, I help guide him the way. It's like, he thinks we go right. Actually, no, it's left.
Sure. All right, yeah. So I think with that result, I think you managed to make it back to the hunting lodge before it gets like incredibly late at night, like while they're still awake and like able to like let you in, basically. And
We're
yeah.
wet, miserable, dirty, soaking through, and very unhappy.
Friedrich is as joyous as ever.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
he's,
that's
he's
pretty
wet.
good.
He's wet all the time.
It's true.
Oh, right. I
Um,
sort of forgot you're a water genasi. Maybe you could have helped, but I don't know.
I mean, I suppose if
Diverting rain.
If Brad lets me, I could cast shape water over and over to create like an like a water pocket of like an umbrella, I guess.
I mean, you could do that,
An
but it would
umbrella
really
would have
only
been good.
it would really only work for like yourself. But it's like a one-person kind of deal.
That's why he does to help me. He keeps me dry.
Yeah, it keeps you
Yeah,
dry.
yeah,
but
that's
how-
perfect. That's how I help you.
That's
Yeah.
how he helps. Yeah. All right, yeah. So I think as you arrive back inside, they see you sort of like soaking wet, like in the middle of this like huge storm, and the chef, like the servant there, who kind of like doubles as like watching the walls when he's not preparing meals. Kind of ushers you inside, very quickly, sort of like leading you into the main sort of sleeping area, the little like common rooms where there's the cots and whatnot, and basically like kind of like offers to like take your clothing to kind of dry by the fire, so you don't catch cold or anything like that.
Wait, Brad, could I use shape water or prestidigitation to dry clothes and people?
Prestidigitation dries clothes, yeah.
Oh, sweet.
It's
I'll use a
part of the
combination
stuff.
of.
And if I recall correctly, it also cleans clothes.
You clean or soil, you chill, warm, or flavor.
Yeah, you just
I don't
warm it. You just literally warm it and it would dry it.
I mean, wouldn't shape water like also do that though? I could just cool the water out, you know?
That makes more sense to me than like
Kinda.
actually just because then it would just be warm and wet.
Yeah. All right, so I use shape water to dry off our clothes and dry everyone, and then I'll prestidigitation you all clean as well.
Well, the objects in it.
Well,
right?
would you look at that? You're turning
can't-
out
can't
to be
clean
a
people.
useful member.
You
Can't clean
the
people.
clothes.
What is this?
You can't
Alright,
clean
fine,
people.
I
with
clean
it.
their
It has to be an
clothes.
object, yeah. Unfortunately.
Fine, I clean their clothes. All right, we'll all be funky fresh by tomorrow, guys.
Funky
Alright.
fresh.
Yeah, and so
That's
I
a
think
new one.
as you do this, he just sort of is like a little bit kind of like amazed, right, that you're able to like do this so quickly, and he says, well, if that's not the case, then perhaps I could take you to see Master Falcon right away. He'll want to know what it is that what you saw, what you experienced. You are coming back from that accursed place, aren't you?
We
Right,
sure
you are,
do.
man.
All right, come, follow me, and he like quickly leads you across the yard, basically into the eatery hall, where you after waiting for a few minutes, you see Falcon kind of coming down to meet with you all, and he just sort of says, "I'm told that you have returned from the Forsaken Manor. Tell me, did things go? I mean, you're alive, which is honestly more than I expected, really, but how? What did you find there?"
Orcs, half orcs, stick people, vampire bats, all
Lightning.
dispatched.
A weird tree that bled blood.
Oh yes, and as well with the tree.
It was pretty
Yeah, the
trippy.
creepy vine monsters.
Yeah, his eyes sort of like furrow at that. His like his brow like furrows at that, and he says, "A tree that bleeds blood. That is, I can't say I've ever heard of anything like that in my travels." He says, "I'll have to consult with somebody on what that could be, what it means. But you say the
Yeah.
place has been. Did you clear everything out? Are they no longer dwelling there?"
Okay, and I suppose
Like
this is the place
silence.
where we look at each other because as we were running, there were more orcs.
Okay. I say mentally. Sug.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
what? What are
dude.
you asking me?
You have to
what do
say a thing. Say a thing.
Say a
He asked
thing?
if they're all gone. He asked if they're all gone. Some arrived as we left. So I don't know if actually he completed the quest.
We removed all the ones that were in the house, and then more enemies showed up to search the house and look for us.
And sort of.
No, wait. That's not how it went. We cleared the mansion and
Yeah.
fulfilled the conditions of the contract, and as we were leaving the place,
Isn't that exactly what he said, though?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to dress it up in a better light so it doesn't sound like we failed.
Brad, how do we dress up failure?
I mean, that's on you, man.
I mean, I don't think we failed. We killed everything in the house. We removed everything that was there.
I still think we could have just ambushed them.
Yes, no.
I mean, if you
It's
guys want
always-
to go back tomorrow and look for them, we could, but we were in no condition to fight them right now.
I guess my
Yeah.
question is, are you just going to tell him the truth of what happened, or are you just going to like
Yeah, I mean,
make it
Chuck is telling them what
Okay.
happened.
Okay.
I mean, we
Yeah.
can't really say, yeah, we cleared everything out, there's no enemy left, and they go there and they're ambushed by orcs.
I said that we killed everything that was there. After we killed everything that was there, we were going to leave.
Reinforcements arrived.
Well, they're not even reinforcements. They were coming there to see. Apparently, they knew we were there and assumed that we would have been killed. And then I tell them that they said they were getting ready to leave. They were getting ready to go to the they were
Under
talking about
mountain.
a ritual. Like they were going there to get their other guy, but he's dead. So they said they were not staying there.
And we have
So,
his stuff.
Yeah, so he sort of like nods, like listening through this story, and he says, "It is unfortunate that they could not all be dealt with, but at least we seem to have learned more about what it is that they're doing here, exactly." He says, "And you've taken the life of their leader, I presume, or at least someone in a position of authority that should send their ranks into a bit of chaos for a time. Perhaps buy us more time to figure out what it exactly is going on here. I would say that this is a sufficiently well done job."
I'll show them the map too, like the location for the.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
as you
can't.
like,
Have you ever-
you show him like where it is, and he sort of says, "There, huh? I think I've seen that place before, in my travels."
Is that the place that's like ruined on top of a hill with stone podiums and a storm?
And he says, "It is, from my understanding, some sort of ritual or burial ground of some sort. There are a number of standing stone formations there, yes. It is ancient beyond all reckoning. It's been here long since before humans came to these lands, that's for sure."
I'll
What's it
like
mean, man?
What does it mean? I'll describe to him what the creatures that we fought were. Like, there was orcs that they were the half orcs, and then I described like the blights that we fought, and I'll include the description of the ones that we saw as we were leaving, and then obviously that they seem to be commanding the boars in that area too. They had some control over them as well.
And he says, "I did notice some unusual behavior amidst the wildlife. That would probably explain that. As for these plant creatures, I cannot say that I have ever encountered such a thing. They are new to me. They are not typical void scent."
I pull a needle out of my body. They fired these things.
What am I supposed to do with that?
Was it embedded in
Blood-
your buttocks?
blood-soaked needle?
Yeah, he's like pulls it out of his armor. He's like, yeah, they fired a bunch of these at us. I'm just showing him like what they had, like as far as like what their capabilities were. They fire these from the distance.
It was
And,
pretty rad.
He sort of says,
Just not rad.
"Regardless of all this, I think that the information that you have gathered and what you have accomplished within that old manor has proven yourselves more than worthy of the reward for completing this quest. Although we will have to see about dealing with this ritual or whatever it is that they're doing. It sounds too nefarious to allow them to continue unabated."
Yeah, I tell him the name obviously too of the orc was telling me about who they worshipped and served. Like I give him that name.
Yeah, I don't think he like recognizes it necessarily.
That's fair. Also, did anyone ask you about the blood tree?
I think it was
Oh.
mentioned, and he has no idea what it is. Like,
Yes.
Okay.
yeah,
I don't know how you're
he'll
gonna
have
get
to
that
like
out of him,
consult with like some priests or something about like what it could be.
And now I'm very curious about the tree and what it is doing.
I'm sure it's
Uh,
fine.
Yeah, so he sort of says, "If you but wait here a moment, I will retire to my chambers and retrieve the promised reward."
Okay.
Yeah, so he sort of excuses himself and heads upstairs. There's a few minutes that pass basically as you're alone here, and I think as this is happening, the chef sort of like brings out a very quickly like prepared like rudimentary meal, nothing fancy or extravagant, just something to like warm you up basically, and fill your stomachs while you wait. And yeah, after a few minutes, Falcon returns back from upstairs. You can see he sort of has in his hand what appears like he's got like this sort of like silk basically that he's like carrying in both hands, and atop of it you see there's a pair of boots that seem to be made of sort of like green leather with this fine sort of like golden leaf patterned filigree like all over them. And he sort of says, these were something that I made great use of during my younger days when I was adventuring. I have no more need for them. He says, and I'm afraid I do not have much in the way of coin, seeing as business has been slow. This will have to suffice as a reward, I'm afraid. And he sort of places them on the table.
Do we recognize them?
I think
Can we?
I think Nona definitely recognizes that these boots are quite obviously of elven make.
Man, there's nothing ever made of
finely
Genasi
crafted.
make.
They're kind of elven, you could say.
Kind of elven, yeah. They're an elven
But,
kind of boot.
That sounds a little like advantage on stealth checks to me.
Sounds like a sug item.
I don't know. I think they'd go real well with Friedrich's cloak.
Friedrich is apparently going to leave us, so he doesn't get any magic items. Friedrich gets depression.
I'm with you until the end of the beginning adventure that Brad has. Like until the fight.
Shouldn't we find out what the cloak is first?
I think he actually told us, right? A long time ago.
Not to my knowledge.
Oh,
No,
maybe I
you haven't actually
okay.
stopped to.
Maybe
We
I just
haven't,
know what it is.
figured it out yet.
Okay.
There's one other thing, wasn't there?
The cloak and the boots, right?
Yes,
What does the
two
cloak
things.
do?
There was a staff too, and there was a staff. Yeah.
Yeah, you got the staff.
Oh, you mean from the manor?
place,
Yeah,
yeah.
I have the staff. Yeah.
Well, if no one minds, I think I'll take these boots.
That's fine.
I suspect that cloak
What do
might
they
be pretty
do?
useful on our monk.
I'm not
I will have
supposed to
to-
be wearing armor.
It's a cloak. It's a cape.
No, it's armor. I think I should have it.
Okay. I think we should go to sleep and then somehow maybe appraise the items on our long rest.
Brad, can I attune to an item while I'm sleeping? Just like hug it, just like cuddle into it.
I guess technically you could do it during your like two hours or whatever that you can stay awake for.
I wrap myself in the cloak and go to sleep, and that's how I tune to it.
You stole that cloak.
You stole that cloak. That's fine.
Oh, you're talking about the cloak of
Okay.
billowing.
I
want
will.
It's the
Did
cloak
the
of
guy
billowing.
explain? Did the guy explain what he's given to us? Or do we just
Boots of
see
elven kind.
a pile of clothes and that's that?
Yeah, there's like a pair of boots and like a fine like silk cloak basically that they were being carried on. He hasn't actually offered any more explanation than that. But
Does the cloak do anything, dude?
But is that different from the cloak that we found in the house?
yeah, this is different.
Okay.
This is
Brad, I ask him.
And he just sort of says, "Oh, the cloak. Well, it's enchanted with a minor magical protection ward of some sort. I'm not too sure of the intricacies of its function, but it protected me well enough in my years."
Alright, so it is a cloak of protection.
No,
I'll
just gotta
take-
wear a bunch.
I'll take the cloak of billowing. Someone else can take the cloak of protection.
That's
What does
it's
the
a-
cloak of billowing
It's
do?
a cursed
It
cloak.
just-
of
It billows.
It looks cool when you dab.
It just
Yeah.
billows. Like you just say a command word and it like acts like there's wind blowing it, even if there's not wind.
Exactly. It's perfect for me.
That is the Friedrich item for
That
sure.
is the Friedrich item, yes.
The other
Yeah, you already have the
class,
fireworks thing.
Pretty
Now
good
this
item.
one.
probably an Asha item.
What about our
I
resident
suppose.
fighter Farron?
Also could be a Theron item.
I don't think it's.
Erin
fair
has a
item.
mithril armor.
Yeah, Theron is
That's-
allowed to upgrade her armor. So maybe give it to Asha.
What about the staff?
Alright, Ash.
Uh,
Oh yeah, the staff.
I'm gonna study it when we sleep because I don't
Okay.
think
No,
he
I'm gonna
knows what
study
it
it.
is. You're not doing shit. You're gonna go to sleep.
Oh,
Oh, yeah, do I
man.
have to pay for the fancy room again?
Yeah, no. He sort of like shakes his head and says, "Would that I had enough intricate rooms for all of you, but I can at least offer you free room and board for the night, and as thanks for your efforts that you've made." And he says, "You are welcome to stay here anytime you like."
Oh, sweet. No, I want to share the fancy room together.
No.
No, go away.
I billow my cloak.
Do you know?
I billow it.
Okay, it billows.
Thank you.
All right, yeah. So as you kind of like gather up the things and head to bed for the night, I will say you are able to identify all of the items that you've been given. So of course there are the boots of elven kind that you have been
Oh, yeah.
given. You also know about the cloak of billowing. You can use a bonus action that can
Yes!
billow dramatically.
Why is there no picture, Brad?
Because
This is
there's
the
no
most important
picture
one. Why
in
is there no
Xanathar's
picture?
guide. It didn't.
Yeah,
It never had a picture.
Bullshit. This is the most important item in the game.
Let me see here. I don't
Dramatically.
have a handout, but yeah, the other is a cloak of protection, which you can find in the compendium. And then lastly, the staff is a staff of bird calls.
Sorry? Create one of the following sounds.
It's a
Oh,
staff with
shit,
magical
I want-
charges that lets you make bird noises.
Oh shit!
But why?
Can I have it?
Why not?
Can you?
Can I have it?
What do you want it for?
So I can make bird noises.
Aren't you already making bird noises all by yourself?
Yeah, but it's not as accurate as the staff would give it.
Sure, you can use the staff of bird.
Oh hell yeah! Am I tuned to free items now? Is that me done basically?
None of these are
None of
attunement.
these are attunement.
Oh yes!
Oh,
I'm gonna get
God.
all the mundane magical items. Yes! It's all I've ever wanted.
Wait, what's your third item that you have?
The wand of pyrotechnics.
Oh yeah, I wasn't there for that one.
Yeah.
Whew.
Who has the pole of collapsing?
Who indeed?
Not me.
Didn't
That's
know
the
that
one
was
I
a
don't
thing they
have.
had.
Wasn't that Asha's, or did we actually like sell that?
No, I think we kept it. I think Asha has it.
Yeah, I think
I
the
hope you
hat
have
of
it on your
wizardry
sheet.
was the only thing we gave them.
Yeah, it had
Bulk
a wizardry
weapons.
was the only thing.
Pretty neat.
So did we get a long rest, Brad?
Yeah, so you settle down, and you do manage to successfully complete a long rest here in the
Alright.
hunting lodge.
So the
Does
next
it mean I
morning
get
you
my
go-
key and hit dice back?
Yeah.
Yeah, you get half of your hit dice rounded up. You get your key points, you get your
Alright.
full HP.
So you guys wake up the next morning to Friedrich. You a loud bang from the wand of pyrotechnics and some bright lights as the cloak billows and Friedrich stands there.
Making a
My
bird sound.
companions.
Making
make
bird
bird
noises.
sounds.
I can only assume he's standing there dabbing.
Yep.
Like a fucking
And he's like-
rooster calling.
Yep. And he's like shouting, it's like, you know, my friends, I hope we're all ready for another grand day of adventure. Dab.
I don't know this guy.
Can I one shot Friedrich? I think I could if I really tried.
I bet I could if he doesn't see me coming.
I mean, we can all help if you don't succeed on the first try.
Is that going to be how the character leaves the campaign?
I'll just murder him for being annoying.
Just-
Just leave him in a
Oh, no,
ditch.
Good.
He has a billowing clock, he has a fireworks clock, a bird noise.
Yeah, you hear like
Staff?
a rooster call, the loud bang with the lights and the billowing cloak, and him just shouting all that.
I hope you're keeping track of your charges.
Yes, of course, of course.
Of course.
Those very valuable charges.
Don't worry, the rest of us are keeping track.
Keeping very
Uh,
good track.
So I guess we have to decide if we're gonna go. So are we gonna go try to prepare the what is it called? Like the hiding place for the villagers, right? Like there's like two options.
Yeah.
To do next.
Yeah. We need to like get a hidey hole set up in case the dragon attacks the
Mhm.
villagers. So I guess we need to head back to town.
Then we can go get there in a sword.
Yeah. Another day of adventure awaits, my friends.
Another day of listening to Friedrich. Come in.
Away.
Everyone
Yes.
loves Friedrich.
Benefits of being with me, your shows are for free. Ha ha! You hear another call calling in distance as he flicks his staff. Alright, that's another charge. Down to 8.
Oh man. All right, yeah. So as you all like gather up again in the morning, and after a quick breakfast, Falcon sort of
Oh wait,
like
shit.
Hmm?
Hang on, I didn't roll my. Yeah. Oh no, I didn't expend my last charge. Never mind. Continue.
Yeah, Falcon sort of like it comes out to like basically like see you off right as you're making preparations to leave, and you can see like there is storm clouds still like building overhead. The rain has calmed down somewhat, but is still sort of like drizzling slightly, and you can hear like very distant peals of thunder. And as you are sort of like making your preparations to leave this hunting lodge, suddenly you all hear like a loud crashing noise coming from like the southern end of this compound, and like the ground like shakes, and you see like a flash of lightning like strikes on the other side of the like main lodge house, and immediately Falcon just sort of like wheels around, and he's just like, "What was that? I don't like the sound of this." And he begins to like run off to like investigate.
Yeah, I'm following
Oh
him.
dear. I think I know what's happening.
Sug's going with him.
Yep, I'll follow.
Let's
I draw my
go.
swords.
We didn't finish off the
Alright.
bad guys.
As we're running, Friedrich's like, remember when thunder and lightning was more of an indication of bad weather than death?
I'll go
I
ahead.
remember those days.
I'm gonna go ahead and put guidance on myself for this eventual initiative roll here coming up.
Well,
So do we have to roll?
I would say that we should just roll initiative right now.
Fair enough.
Holy shit, we're having a fight and Friedrich's sober. What's going on? It's never happened before.
I don't know.
Oh, that's
Sug
not
got
okay. We're going to die.
Sug got a 25. He's ready to go, I guess.
I mean, you had enough time to mend.
No.
So
My initiative
who
rolls
got
are
the
always so
armored,
bad.
So.
who got the armored cloak? Was it Farron or was it Asha? I can't remember.
I think I did.
I think Asha has at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so Asha has that sweet +1 AC now.
Yeah, +1 AC, +1 to all saving throws.
Nice.
Pretty pog.
Man. Sleeping in a fancy room known as like not with it. You know, she's too comforted.
She's not even all the way awake yet. The bed was too comfy.
Exactly.
But all I do is trance for 4 hours.
All
It's a very
you
comfy
have
bed
to
to
do
sit
is
on.
Trance.
Okay,
You
that's
definitely
fair.
laid on that bed for a while. You're like, oh my god.
Yeah, it's like,
Okay.
you know, Geralt Rivia. He doesn't have to sleep, but he still does it every now and then.
I did that thing where everybody's on here twice. 'Cause I forgot to delete it from the other page.
Oh.
God.
Oops,
God damn it, Brad.
Not that high. Thank you.
It may as well be that high.
Might as well be. Same result, yeah.
Sug. Theron.
Suck
Oh
juice.
god. It's a 50-50 shot of okay, it's alright, if I mouse
What's this?
over
What's this? What's this blue thing at initiative 15? What's that blue thing?
nothing.
Looks spooky, Brad.
That's your father. That's
Pretty
the
sure we'll
water.
notice soon enough.
That's your water
Oh,
elemental
no.
bad.
All right.
No, not him.
so
Your long lost stepfather who turned evil.
Sug,
Oh god.
you.
That's me.
That's you.
Gotta make it
What's
more
up?
dramatic than it actually is.
It is your turn.
Oh, it's my turn? Okay.
What?
Yes.
I
Oh, you
move
did
forward 30
finish
feet.
it.
Oh.
All right. Yeah, as you run around the other side of the building, you can see basically that a large section of the palisade wall has just been smashed inwards. And you
We
see
probably should have finished that quest.
you see what appears to be a massive, oversized boar with sort of like bluish tinted fur, lightning trailing off of its tusks surrounding its mouth, and sort of like off of its eyes. And I will show you. All.
I got a good view of it over here. It's great.
Yes, so you can see it
Mhm.
quite
Lightning
well.
boar.
Whew.
How big is it?
Well, you'll see when you're around the
It
corner, but
doubled
that
down the
is.
wall.
Look at him! Oh my god, he looks so cute, Brad. Can we take him as a pet?
Actually, this is really cute.
You know what? If you can wrestle him to the ground, you can keep him.
Oh, sweet. Time to start using my athletics.
Well, you can try.
And you could see from your position, basically, like this entire like wall section has been destroyed. There are like orcs basically like piling in behind this creature, like into the gaps.
Well, I moved 30 feet. I'm gonna bonus action. Spiritual weapon can't miss every time, Brad. So I'm gonna put a spiritual weapon right back here, right in front of the board, actually, right here.
They can't get all of us.
They can't get us all, boys.
Last
You
bit.
had a token for it now, right? So I don't have to draw something.
Yeah. One second. I'm just gonna delete that.
Well,
section
I
of
loved your
wall.
little art
It's
pieces.
gone now.
Same.
I think I have to drag it off of the other page. Or did I delete it like an idiot? I think I did.
Man, a real alpha move would just be to get an MS Paint sword and make that the token.
There you go. Spiritual weapon just
Let me just
I
assign
probably
you.
hit. I think maybe. It might have just clobbered this thing.
Spiritual weapon.
It looks like a big axe today, by the way.
And it's like a bluish tint. There you go. You should have
Nice.
control now. So you can put
I
it wherever
do.
you
It's
want.
right there.
A
and
19
I hope it's.
is in fact a hit against Gorthok the Thunderboar.
Thunderboar is going to take 8 force damage, and as an action, I will go ahead and toll the dead this man,
What man?
the boar.
The boar. He's not a
It could
man.
be a girl boar.
It could be a girl boar.
You just called him, what was it, Gorthak?
Gorthok.
Gorthok? Yeah, I mean, you know what?
Could be a
Gorthok
girl's
could be a
name.
very effeminate name.
Drake, it's
Uh,
2021. Don't
yeah,
misgender
right,
people,
come on.
please.
It's not people. This is a boar.
Don't be rude to the boar.
7 points.
That's gonna be my new pet. I don't know where this is coming
Yeah.
from, Drake.
The joke was that you can only grapple things one size category larger than you. All right. My turn's over.
Alright, well, don't know if I'm going to see it from here. It looks kind of big.
Okay, go fight it there.
Was-
Everyone,
Everyone has the same reaction upon seeing it.
I mean,
It is a
There's a reason.
huge boar.
I can
There's a
either
reason
ready
I
in
didn't.
action, or I could actually dash to move forward more.
Yeah, why don't you get in front of me?
Yeah, just get in front of him. Look and see
Yeah,
what
sure,
you
dude.
can.
Sure, that's fine. I'll stay right here. You know, I'll just die. Fine.
Is that all?
Fine.
I can heal you.
Maybe.
Friedrich.
Hey guys, what's all the hubbub about?
Look
Oh,
how cute he
Hang on. Okay, that is. Wow, they're actually pretty far away.
Warfox pretty
Yes.
kawaii.
I will. Hang on.
No worries.
Hmm.
He's gonna be a lot closer real soon.
Problem is, he said like it's a lightning-based thing, so I don't think thunder damage is gonna do much against it.
Oh,
I'll right anyway.
You might as well try.
I mean, it might do something against the orcs.
That's true.
I will take the defensive action.
What's the defensive action?
The full round defensive action.
You
Dodge
mean
action, that's the
dodge.
one. Dodge action. I'll take the dodge action, Brad.
Okay. Right, it is
Someone
the
has to tank the damage.
board's turn.
It's gonna be us.
Yeah, their name is Farron.
I think it's gonna be all of us.
No, their name is soon to be dead.
The boar rears
Oh,
up,
no.
making angry boar noises.
Oh,
And,
God.
you see
Boink.
as it slams its front hooves down, like the ground basically like quakes from like this thunderous blast as its like hooves slam into the ground, and you see the lightning that is sort of like coursing off of its tusks seems to like come together like into like a single sort of like spherical point, and then shoots forward from its current position, slamming into Theron, who is at the front. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
This is why you don't
And she
use
has no
drawing
penalties
pen to
because of
click
the
on
armor.
things. Ow!
A six-
Really?
A 6
Oh.
is unfortunately not going to do it. You take 21 points of lightning damage.
I'm fine. I'm
Yeah.
still fine.
Yeah, fine.
Hey, listen, you're not on 1 HP like I was, so you're fine.
I mean, this essentially 1 HP is the same as full HP. Oh boy. Hello.
Exactly.
Charges forward,
Hello.
heedless of the spiritual weapon.
Is I mean, okay.
Can a spiritual
but-
weapon have an opportunity attack?
No.
No.
All right, Falcon.
Is he actually going to do something useful?
He can like totally see this thing.
He's a former adventurer.
He's a former adventurer. He
Yeah, but
Doesn't
was
mean
he,
it's
like-
going to be useful.
Was he like a D-class
he
adventure?
is going to pull out his longbow and fire sort of from around this corner at the creature.
Mhm.
Don't hit me, please.
2 shots with his longbow. Well,
Wow.
Good rolls.
Yeah, he was definitely
This
a
is why I
D-class.
asked whether he was useful or not.
Good
We
rolls.
took all his magic items. He's not feeling
Yeah,
as
he
confident.
took all his he took his magic items, the source of his power. All right,
Alright, everyone, throw your magic items back at him.
that is unfortunately him for now. Asha.
Okay,
us.
And Amanda.
I suppose I should get around the house to see what's actually happening.
Help us. Please.
Um,
Death. I perhaps would maybe
40
like
feet.
split your move up a little bit before blindly going around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, just move down to this square first. This one right here.
Then you can see.
okay, moving next to Falcon, which is 15.
Okay.
That's fair too. You should see from there.
Help us.
Help.
As much as you can. Otherwise, all of your party members will die.
No.
Just, you gotta make
well,
it a bit
I
dramatic.
normally
you know?
have 40 feet of movement, so I can get up to here.
I think you could get in front of Sug and then summon your arms.
You can technically
think.
do this movement and summon arms, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can get to there.
Please tell me these orcs don't run that fast.
Oh, you remember how fast orcs run? Got to experience that. They run fast.
Yeah, don't you remember Gordon?
Don't you remember Gordon?
I
Don't you
do,
remember
but I don't want to be a repeat of Gordon.
Yeah, that's why we had you up front.
Yes.
I can heal you. I'm the cleric. You're fine.
Well, I
You're
suppose
not
I
even
did summon my
trying.
arms.
Sure.
You can go-
probably
you
wanna
should-
be there, yeah.
Yeah. Go there and summon arms, because then it's in 10 feet.
All right.
At least someone's trying.
So you spend your key point summoning your arms,
Mhm.
and it will make a dex save. It is successful, unfortunately.
Classic.
Wow, this fucking boar. Yeah, it's rolling flat D20s as well, no mod. Like, what is this?
I mean, at least it's kind of cute. Could be worse.
I don't want it
Shoot.
as my pet anymore.
You don't want to. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys.
Yeah,
Thunder meat.
mine.
Hey, no moving. You stay there.
I did not move.
Your token moved.
Yeah.
Wasn't me.
We'll blame Brad.
Full Brad's fault.
Well, if your token moved, regardless of who it is, there's going to be some repercussions for that.
I mean, she literally doesn't have movement left.
Yeah, she wouldn't. Yeah.
Like I don't think she meant to.
Yeah. Don't know how she moved. All right. So that's you still have your action too. Like you still
You give him a punch.
You can give him a single punch.
Is that thing in range?
Yeah,
It's
because you
range.
summoned your arms, you have reach now.
Well, I suppose let's give it a try.
Go for it. A 16 is a hit. Deals 9 points of force damage as your sort of spectral arms. Ora.
Do the spectral arms get electrocuted as they hit it?
They don't really
Nope.
seem to. I mean, there's like sparks flying off where it gets hit, but it doesn't seem to like recoil. Like it doesn't seem to damage like the arms or anything like that. And then
Baron, I think you should hit it with your metal weapons on your turn.
It's Nona's turn. That seems like a good idea.
We believe in you, Nona. You've got this.
Help us.
I'm not even sure I can like see it.
Oh, you'll be able to see it.
Yeah.
Does the corner of the building count as cover?
Actually, wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, you moved up to that wall instead of the other wall. If you moved to the other wall, you could see it.
Your bonus action dashed, don't you?
I go here, maybe.
Yeah, if you go there, you
Yeah,
can
if
see
you
it.
go
for
there,
sure.
you'll definitely.
Okay, yeah, now I can see it.
You can see it.
All right, let's take a shot.
22. Not bad.
Already better than the NPC.
I Barda.
Yeah, I hope- I
No
hope
one
we're
said the
doing-
NPC
rolled
will
like
be
a 1.
useful.
You rolled like a 1 and a 3.
All right, let's take a bonus shot.
18 is a hit. There's 6 points of psychic damage. Nice.
Okay.
All right. If that is all,
Where do these orcs?
That is all. I'm out of things.
Orcapalooza
you hear
coming at you.
the sound of
Orcapalooza.
orcs going wag. Charge again.
That's the sound they make. They go
it is
wog.
the sound that they make. It's canonical.
Oh no.
So
Don't die, Farron. I need my bonus action.
dash, bonus action to here.
Oh my
It's
god.
double dashing?
I mean, they have to. They can't reach without.
Oh, I thought that one could have reached Theron.
Nope.
Oh, okay, cool.
None of them were in range.
They could have just dashed and thrown a bunch of javelins.
I mean,
So how are we planning to survive this?
They can't attack you this turn. They're having
yeah,
to
none,
like
none of
use
them
all
can
their...
attack.
Okay,
but
sure, they can't
basically-
attack this turn, but there's too many for us to kill at once.
Speak for yourself. The bard's gonna shatter, centered on us.
What?
basically
Why
just, like,
would I
fill
do
in.
that?
They just like fill in all the available space.
Yeah.
Oh no.
And
I must
then
say, my friends, this isn't looking too
Oh,
good.
yeah, ho, ho, ho.
it's Sug's turn.
I'm not entirely sure how we can defeat them.
I'm gonna hit an orc.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
I think that's what I'm gonna do.
Which one? There are 2 to choose from.
I know. The one to the right of me, I suppose.
Okay.
Bong.
That's a hit.
Bong.
That is a dead orc. Just explodes in a sort of like fiery like black flame
Well, we do have another orc. I'll use the Word Priest ability to attack as bonus action.
Go for it.
Bong.
That's a hit.
Can't roll max damage every time.
Unfortunately, that is not a dead orc this time.
He's a hurt
Which
orc,
one did
though.
he hit?
The only one
That
I can
one,
reach.
yeah.
This one right here.
Okay.
I will also go ahead and take a step. No, I'll stay here. This keeps people from running past me and murdering Friedrich, I suppose.
Thank you for
no,
being
that would
concerned
be
with my safety.
So terrible.
That'd be really sad.
Theron,
Hmm.
you are in a bit of a pickle. Quite surrounded.
But it's the only
Cleave
way.
ability.
Hmm.
It's bringing back
So,
flashbacks.
for second wind, can I only use that if I, like, decide not to flash them twice?
Yeah, so that would be in place of your offhand attack.
Probably worth it, honestly.
Still not a bad idea, probably. Yeah.
I recommend attacking these ones here.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and hit this one.
Okay.
Let me see.
Remember, you
I don't
do
know
have
why, but I
Overlord.
decided to use my drawing pen for this instead of my mouse. So.
Oof.
Your drawing pen?
An
Yes, I have a tablet thing.
An 8,
Hmm?
unfortunately, is not enough to hit. The orc sort of parries your blow.
Oh well.
Second win, so that is a D10 plus your fighter level.
Really?
Wow. So you get 2 plus 4, you get 6. Congrats!
Yay!
You know what? It could have been one worse.
6. That's 6 more than nothing.
Yeah, it is 6 more
Yep.
than nothing.
That's not 6 more than death.
Friedrich.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna shatter, like, centered on this square right here, Brad, just
Alright,
to
so
get all
it's
these
gonna-
guys.
it's gonna-
I believe in
could-
you.
You could do it like here, you know.
I've gotta believe in
You
someone
could do it there to
anyway.
hit the board too, Brad. Or, not Brad. Friedrich.
I mean, I guess I
True.
could have just run and abandoned.
I mean,
it.
it's probably like, it got like resistance to thunder or whatever. I'll just do it like that. It might do
I mean,
something.
Sure.
this will let you know if it has.
This will let you know for sure.
thunder.
All right. So you let out this blast of shattering thunderous energy, which seems to just completely and utterly not phase the boar one bit.
Well, there you go. Now you know.
Immunity.
Now you know. But the orcs, however, are not so lucky.
That is some big shatter damage.
So let me see here. There's 6 of them, and
Mhm.
con saves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All
2 successes.
Okay, so fail, fail, fail.
4 failures.
These ones all die. That one succeeds. This one dies, and the last one succeeds. And they are just going to get put into this building where they're out of the way.
Wasn't the one to the left of
I
Osh
will-
already hurt though?
That one didn't get hit.
That one wasn't
It
in
was-
the.
But it wasn't in range of
Yeah.
the thunder.
As a bonus action, I will give a bardic inspiration to Nona.
Think.
Well,
I suppose I turn to you and say, it's like, you've got this, my friend Nona. Murder them all.
kind of sad she didn't
I'm on
use
it.
that bonus action to billow.
Yeah, bonus action billow the
The
cloak.
pillow.
Only get 1 bonus action, Sag.
That's funny.
Wait, no, that implies it ever stops billowing. It's always billowing.
I mean, you have to use a bonus action to make it billow.
Does it have a duration?
It's a duration, but
It's a
you have to
duration.
turn it on and off.
All right. So, if that is that, then it is
Death
the
and
Thunderboar's turn. You notice sparks, sparks of electricity traveling across its hide, sort of working their way over the wounds that it has suffered as they begin to sort of cauterize and stitch closed.
Oh, good.
So we're doing that, are we?
Healing.
It is going to rear up and is going to make 2 attacks. The first of
Fantastic.
which is going to be at Theron. It attacks with its thunder hooves. Which I believe will miss you.
Thank God.
Yes.
And as it comes
Theron
down,
just jumps up
you,
in the air and the current goes
yeah, the
astray.
hooves slam into the ground, creating like a little bit of a crater and like this thunderous blast beneath them. But you manage to sort of like duck and roll out of the way. However, as it brings its hooves down, you see it kind of like rears up with its head and tusks, arcing towards Asha and swinging at her with its tusks. It's lightning tusks.
Oh.
23 will hit you. You take 9 points of slashing damage and 9 points of lightning damage. I should have rolled for this as well, just because.
Well, 18 points.
Oh, hey, look at that. Oh,
What's
hey,
that for?
Look at that.
You didn't need to do that, Brad.
It's nothing.
That's
Oh,
a
shit,
healing,
reach.
or
I think that's a recharge. If I
Yeah, I
remember
think it's a
correctly.
recharge, probably. Probably.
Hey,
All right.
Oh, no.
Falcon, he's gonna mess around, restringing the bow. Obviously, he hasn't used it in a while. It needs to be oiled up a little bit.
you should have practiced more, you know.
He's just doing bow maintenance right now.
Yeah, a little bit of
They
bow
got this.
maintenance. And
If you
then,
know there's a mansion full of enemies, like how far was it? Like a day away from you? And you know
Is
they're
he-
getting ready to go to war. You should probably practice more with your bow, friend.
Is he shooting at the orcs or at the boar?
he is shooting at. I think he like sees the boar as like a threat, but like the orcs are very numerous, and also he hates them. So I think
Thank
he's
God.
just going to be shooting at the orcs, starting with the
Yes,
weakened
kill that
here.
one.
Yes.
So
And this
the
one's a bit
22
damaged.
the 22 hits an orc, but the 11 misses. So the first one takes 15 points of piercing
Oh,
damage.
fuck yeah.
Die.
You just got a tiny
die.
bit less useless.
Did a lot of damage.
Good job, Falcon. Falcon, you
When he does
This
hit,
hate for
did it.
this hate for Falcon. My God.
God, dude, all he's done is be nice to you. He let you live in his
Exactly.
home. He gave
Me
you some
sure,
magic
but he
stuff.
missed those first 2 shots.
It's been a while.
moment
He's
they're in effect-
retired.
He's had a 25% accuracy. 25.
Asha.
So what is the range of my arms? I suppose I
10
could resummon them.
10 feet. I mean, you could move and resummon them if
10?
you wanted to spend another.
Yeah, you
key
can
point.
move. You can move here and resummon them. Then you pa.
Do you really want to move over there, though?
I mean, the boar hit her anyway. It's gonna,
The boar,
she's gonna
the boar
get
has
hit.
reach. Yeah.
Yes, the boar is in range. Either they
Uh,
it hits me from there or from a
True, I
square
guess,
away
but I was
will not.
first talking about all the orcs.
Mhm.
If you did move forward, you'd be able to catch quite a few of the orcs in your resummoning blast if you wanted to spend the key point.
Uh-huh. Yes, I do, because hitting several of them is better than hitting one with a flurry. So
That is
again,
true.
-1. Yes, please.
One key point, and that is 6 orcish deck saves. Against your DC,
Fail, you
which
fucks.
I feel like is probably like a 14. I can't remember what it is. It's there somewhere.
Uh,
Could be 13, I think.
4, 5, 6. Okay. And
Should
this is
fail
an
it
all or nothing, right? Yeah. I think so.
Mhm.
All right, so 2 of them fail. So you can go ahead and roll 2d4. All right, this one takes 5, and then success, fail. This one takes 5. So the one directly kind of below you to the left takes 5, as well as this one up here takes 5. That was your bonus action, so you
okay.
still have your action.
Yes, and I suppose I will unarmed strike.
Okay.
Uh,
What's your
The
target?
one. Why doesn't it?
Hmm.
This one?
Okay, that guy right next to you there. Right, 8 points of damage. Is not quite enough to finish that one off, but he is now severely wounded. You crack a few ribs with your spectral punches. Not looking too good. Nona.
That one also got hit by the shatter, though, right?
No, that
This
was one.
one.
No,
Oh wait, no, he is one
No,
of the
it
ones that
did.
saved.
Yeah.
So he didn't take as much.
Okay, I'm saying he's taking
And
like
he's just
16. No, he's taking like because he got hit by the 5 too, right? He's taking like 21 damage. Okay, he's still alive.
All right, I will steady aim
Okay.
at the boar.
you don't have a hand grenade.
And I'm gonna re-roll the 15 because elven accuracy.
All right, you hit. All right,
I just realized I could hit the button again instead of rolling.
you could do that. All right, that's a hit. You deal 13 points of damage.
I'll stay right here. It's nice and comfy.
Okay.
Nice back
Out
here,
of
isn't
the
it?
way.
The orcs.
Oh,
They begin to pile in, sort of weaving underneath the
Is this
huge
Boar okay
boar.
with them, like, basically standing
Oh yeah, he's all about it.
on him?
They're under him.
He's-
They're standing
They're
under
yeah,
him.
under him, all right, so one is going to swing at Sug.
Hits.
For 9 points of slashing damage.
Yeah.
We've got 3 at Theron.
Bye, Farron.
None of them.
No, she
none of them
dodged
hit.
all of them.
Holy
And,
shit.
3,
Nice.
3 at Asha. I believe the last one is the only one that hits due to
Good luck,
your,
Asha. Hope you have a
bonus.
decent
Wait.
luck.
isn't my cloak giving me a +1 to armor?
Mm-hmm, which would bring you to 19, and if you match, you beat. So the 19 still hits you, but the 18 misses. But you
Okay.
take
The cloak-
11 slashing damage.
The cloak saved you from taking a whole lot more damage.
Yep.
Well, I'm almost dead.
No, you're almost down.
That is the
You'll be
orcs.
fine.
That is the orcs go. Sug.
This orc is wounded.
Where's the magic weapon, Sug?
It's working its way back up here. I'm going to bonus action move it. Well, I have to decide here. Let me do this first. This one has been wounded, so I'm going to try to hit it.
What? That's a hit.
If only I cradle 19s.
That is enough to finish off that orc. Regular orc.
I kind of step into this square so to keep them from going further up there. Actually, yeah, that's where I'll stay. Actually, yeah. Actually, I'll just stay where I am because I realized that if I step up there, this one can run past Theron and stab Friedrich in the face. So I'll stay here. And bonus action, spiritual weapon is gonna move 20 feet closer. Ooh.
Got him.
Ooh.
It's always
It's coming there.
This always fucking happens with the
Mhm.
spell.
I don't even know if that thing is even useful.
It's done damage already.
Theron. You are up.
I will just do the very same thing I always do. Just try to just hit him.
All right, who are you hitting? There are a plethora of targets around you.
I'm
This
gonna
one
say
is
I'm
like
gonna
the
hit.
one. This one is basically like just barely hanging on. If you wanted to.
Oh, I guess I'll just hit that one then.
Okay. That is enough then to hit and finish off that orc.
Yay!
What a sturdy orc he was.
Yes, he was.
And then I
hardy
will hit another one.
Okay.
That's going to be this one.
Middle one. Okay. 17 hits for 6 damage. He's still standing.
6
Um,
full
You
damage.
do have all
Can I
of
use action
your-
surge here?
You can. You can use action surge. You also have all of your superiority dice to fuel your maneuvers, which add extra damage sometimes.
I will use my action surge
Okay.
and hit it, and then try to. Why won't it scroll down more? I was gonna use the trip superiority thing, but for some reason the thing wouldn't scroll down.
Okay.
Close your sheet and reopen it.
Yeah, I
So
already
a
did.
13 hits. So if
There we
if you
go.
want to, if you want to use that, you go ahead and mark off one of your superiority die and roll a d8 and add that to the damage.
Dun, 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 dun.
All right, the 4 extra damage is enough to put this orc over the top and kill it. So it is most indeed tripped permanently.
Permanently
Yep.
tripped.
Good.
Permanently tripped.
It's perfect. I think I'll just stay here.
Okay.
Actually, I think I'll do those.
All right. Friedrich.
Since I have more HP than Asha, it might trick them into hitting me instead.
I'll start making my way down to get into the fray. I've got my swords after all. Alright. Guess I will attack this orc here between me and Asha. Stab. Incredible.
That is not going to do it.
Slash. Alright, so obviously being sober is not beneficial.
You still have inspiration?
I rolled a 2 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2. Hell
Yeah,
yes!
You caught whatever Falcon had.
Wow.
That's what Friedrich was doing
Well,
last night.
Let's see, hang on. Can more than one person have one of my bardics at a time? I think so, right?
Yeah, but you don't have a
You
dice
just
left
bonus
to
action
spend.
attack, didn't you?
Yeah.
Sorry?
You just
Oh
attacked
yeah, I
as a
used my bonus action. Yeah.
Yep.
Never mind.
Unfortunately.
That's my turn.
All right. The boar continues to regenerate.
You can stop if you want.
And it is going to rear up,
Stop if you want.
and you
He
see
did shoot.
the sort of lightning once again coalescing, sort of at the tips of its tusks, and as it slams down, you see lightning shoots off from it, directly over all of your heads, and slamming into Nona. Make a dexterity save.
Wait, it can aim his
Uh-huh.
laser?
Yeah.
Why can't it aim its laser? Why shouldn't it?
That is a success, so you will take only 6 points of lightning damage.
My kingdom for evasion.
Soon.
Only.
Not soon.
Alright.
It's actually pretty far off.
It's, I
but
mean, a few levels.
Level
so.
7, right?
soonish.
Mhm.
And he's going to fire shots at orcs.
You've got this,
Let's
Falcon.
Again, one hit,
Never mind.
one miss.
Falcon, let's go.
But he manages to kill.
So now he's at a third,
Eventually.
33%.
I like how
That
you're
is,
keeping track of the maths of how effective he is.
He's hit 2 of 6. He's done 28 damage with his 2 hits though, which is kind of
Yeah.
poggers.
He does a lot of damage, but his to hit bonus has kind of worn off over the years.
Yeah, he needs to take some practice.
I mean, hopefully this incident will spur him to actually do that.
Asha. Yeah, his
Can you
hit
please
bonus
remind me
is
which of them are
wonky.
wounded, if at all?
None of the orcs that are currently still standing are wounded.
Then I suppose. How do you do that little circle?
You
I mean,
when you have the like little arrow tool selected, if you click and hold, it makes a ping. So you gotta like click a spot and then like hold it down.
No, I suppose I can't do it anyway. This one immediately to my right,
Okay.
an unarmed strike,
That is a hit. 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
and then another
Yes. Murder.
Another hit, and with that orc is
Death and
dead.
destruction.
It was literally a whole round ago, but we totally forgot to have the boar make a save for Asha's resummoning of the fists.
one.
We missed out on a possible 5 damage.
Something tells me it probably regen past that anyway.
None of this has been hitting the boar, right? You can't regen that much.
All right, Nona.
All right, I'll keep. I'll do the same thing as last time. City game. Hell yeah,
Oh,
there it is.
poggers.
That's what we're
Oh,
fishing
okay.
for.
All right,
Ow!
so that's...
That could have been way higher.
It could have been. It's actually kind
14.
of sad.
And 11 is 25. That's pretty decent.
It's good. It's still good.
It's still good. It is still up, although that is definitely kind of sent it reeling somewhat. Not expecting that
Yeah,
one.
there were 2 ones in there.
All right, yeah, you can't move, so it is the orcs' go. There are 2 of them left. One of them is going to swing at Asha, and the other is going to swing at Theron.
I knew I should have called them racial slurs in Orcish.
Rude. Theron, nope, whiff, and then Asha. Yep, you managed to duck out of the way.
Nice.
Sug.
This is great. I don't have to heal anybody. Everyone's still up and doing fine.
I mean, Ash just like.
That's the thing. Like, I could heal her, but like, it's not a single attack, so it's better to heal her when she's unconscious.
Yeah.
I will go hit this thing. Maybe this.
That's one of your kinsmen.
Yeah, I'm gonna add 10 to that.
Oh.
All
Use
right,
my channel
all
divinity
right.
for a whole 8 damage.
8 damage. He's still up.
That's fine. You know what he's not far enough away from?
Finally.
The spiritual weapon, Brad. He's not far enough
Here we
away.
go.
The thing is freaking useless.
Well, okay,
Attack
then
spiritual
damage is
weapon.
Never mind.
Spiritual weapon comes up from behind and beheads the orc before it explodes.
Wouldn't that be
into
nice?
Black flames.
Damn.
All right,
He
then I
was
take
useful.
I'll get. I could be in this thing square. I get down here. I kind of like chest bump this orc. Like, don't swing at this
Okay.
1 HP monk, please.
Okay. Theron.
Yeah. Can they kill the orc? Yeah. I don't need to hit the orc. It's fine. Everyone's
But
fine.
then I have to hit the orc.
So?
Okay, no, we could let our master archer hit the orc.
Yeah.
He's got 1 target left.
Hey, Falcon! Falcon, I need to kill the other orc. I'm gonna swing at this boar.
All right, an 18 is enough to hit the boar. This is actually the first time that you've swung at it, I believe, with your weapons.
Really? Oh, yeah,
With
true.
your metal weapon.
Oh,
Yeah,
something's
with your
about to
weapons.
happen.
With your 5-foot
as-
melee weapons.
As your weapon cuts into the creature's hide, not only does it not really like feel as like sharp, like the blade doesn't cut quite as much as you would expect into this creature's hide. It also the blood, as it kind of like spills out, kind of has this like static charge to it, and you feel like this numbing sensation down your arm with the first swing. It causes your
no,
causes
dude.
your second swing to have disadvantage, which actually causes it to miss.
Oh. Yeah, okay. This thing feels weird.
Well, I
Yeah,
don't presume it would feel normal. It is
Yeah.
some sort of strange magic void scent.
Have you ever grabbed an electric fence? It feels like that.
I have not done this
No,
in my
I actually
life.
haven't.
Am I
You're like,
missing
"That's
something?
crazy." Yeah, it feels weird. Don't do it. Don't
Free
sit
drink.
on one either. That feels especially not great.
My god. Alright,
Okay, afterwards,
free
I
drink.
will need you to tell me the story about how you
Yes.
came in contact with electric fences.
if there's a video on your Google Drive, just post it, you know.
Oh my god.
Alright, so,
Drake's home.
one orc left. Friedrich's like, we went rather short work of these green skins, I will say. Swing!
Skin is not green, but okay.
These grey skins.
Gray skins.
They're
Yeah,
sort of
there
like
you go.
a motto, like purpley black kind of. That's a hit. 6 points of damage.
Is it still alive?
It is still alive. Yes, this orc has been untouched.
Eh. And
That's
then
5
I
points of
will
damage.
use a bardic to do a defensive flourish.
Okay.
Slash RD6. 6 extra damage, and I get 6 extra AC until the start of my next
That
turn.
is enough to finish this orc off.
What is our archer gonna do now? What's he gonna possibly do?
Miss.
He shoots
He's going
Ash
to
in the
miss.
back.
He betrays
Yep.
you all. All right, the boar reels up. Okay.
Another thunderbolt.
There are a few targets. there. Okay.
Oh,
So
one's though. Nice.
the first swing with the hooves is at Theron. Ooh. Yeah.
Oh, no, you-
Kind
Oh.
of crushes you underfoot.
You mess with the boar and you got the hooves.
You take a total of 19 points of damage.
Did I get
11
hurt?
bludgeoning and 8 thunder.
No, you got 19
Hey!
damage worth of hurt.
We're fine. We're fine.
And
We're
then
fine.
it sort of swings around wildly, stabbing the tusks at Friedrich.
Come at me.
Everyone's fine.
You
Get
manage to
out of
duck
here,
out of
you
the
little
way.
bitch.
We're still fine.
Fridge just dances under the hooves in his his blade dance.
I imagine the billowing of the cloak
Of course, always billowing. Never turns
confused
it
the
off.
boar.
See,
Never
he
turns it
can't
off,
hit
man.
the boar. We've established that. That's just not possible. He has to be aiming at an orc, and you took away his only target.
Asha.
Oh, okay. I still have 2 key points. I might as well use them before it kills me. So a flurry of blows, which will allow me 3 unarmed strikes, and I must deduct 1.
Yes.
12 will
Lay
not
into
do
it.
it, but the other 2 do. -9.
Punchy
Uh,
punchy.
With
So-
the second blow, as your fist sort of like makes contact, your spectral fist sort of makes contact with this creature, you see like it actually like hits one of the tusks, snapping and like breaking it off, and the creature like reels back, sort of stumbling like back a little bit, heavily like wounded and bloodied. Although it's been regenerating somewhat, you've been dealing more damage than it can keep up with. You see this bolt of lightning sort of like descends from the sky, like coursing through it, and its eyes go this sort of like red, and you see the lightning trailing off of it, kind of goes like blood red almost, and it is still standing and like snorting like furiously, but it is quite clearly the number of wounds that it has sustained is quite clearly like fatal to it, but it still seems to be fighting.
Mm.
Okay, we've
Finish
hit
it off,
enraged
Nona.
people. It's time to
Fantastic.
potion now.
We went to the second phase.
Nona.
Where is the transition cutscene?
That was it right there. We
That
just
was
saw.
it.
That was the cutscene.
All right, let's keep a good thing going, I guess.
Fingers crossed. Oh.
You have a bardic if you need it.
Yeah. I'll take the 18. That should be good enough.
All right, that's a hit. As your blade like strikes through this creature, you see again like it is just sustained so many like bodily as well as mental injuries at this point that there's no way this thing should be standing. It should still be fighting, and yet it is. Your blade this time around doesn't seem to have any sort of like effect on it, as if you're just swinging this blade of psychic energy at a creature that is already dead.
Ah.
What are we gonna do with this thing?
Hit it with your metal weapons. I'm telling you.
I think I will take the dodge action and then have my spiritual weapon swing at it.
All right, go for it.
And I'll yell at it too, you know?
Yeah, just yell at it, 'cause
Spiritual
that's gonna.
weapon.
The spiritual weapon has failed you.
I'll also like run underneath it with like a 6 slide underneath of it, Brad.
Totally, yeah, totally straight.
Slide. It would have
Cool
looked.
points.
It would
Cool,
have looked
cool.
way cool. Would have looked way cooler if you had a cloak of billowing. Is all I'm saying.
Oh, you're right.
But if these
Uh,
attacks don't do anything.
Theron.
Right, you know what? I'm gonna use this
All right.
just to see if that will do anything to it.
All right. You hit it again. It sends this sort of like static, like shock through your arm as you come into contact with it, cutting into its skin, like blood splashing out. The creature just still sort of like roaring like furiously in anger, blood red eyes, just thrashing about. Strength save. You are unable to knock it to the ground with your attack. It's just far too large.
I tried.
Actually, it is. It is actually too big
Ju-
for you to do that. But yeah.
Yeah, physically. Does she need to roll the D8 damage, Brad?
No.
For this?
No.
Okay,
There's
great.
no point.
Yeah.
No, he says.
Yeah, it's like kind of figured. No.
Friedrich.
Can I do a check to see if I know what's happening here?
Make an Arcana check. Oh, nature check, I guess.
On nature?
Yeah.
How nature am I?
So with
Not
I'd say
very.
with a 10, you don't quite understand it fully. You do know that like boars are known for their like relentless nature, right? They are hard to kill because even when you think you've killed them, they kind of like keep on going, but not to this degree. There's something more here, but you don't quite understand it.
You said its horn snapped off, right?
Yeah, one of them kind of like snapped off and flew to the side, like slammed into the ground nearby, and is still crackling with lightning. And I think that you notice like kind of lightning is like building around this creature with like increasing like furiosity, right? It's like its coat is standing on end. There's lightning cracking from its horns. The sky itself seems to like billowing.
Yep. Well, I think Friedrich like be like, I don't know what to do, but he'd say it's like, well, this is getting rather bad, but it should make for a great story. And then I will attack it,
Okay.
doing nothing.
Yeah, you don't even hit with that attack.
Right. I need it to hit. Okay, none of them hit. I actually just needed them to hit so I could be defensive, but I guess not. I'll do a sick roll under it, Brad. Cloak
well.
billowing as I go.
So, as this happened, you see the boar like its eyes like glowing red lightning sort of like crackling around it. It like rears its head like towards the sky, and you see like this crackle of like red light in the sky as a massive sort of like column of lightning, blood red like crimson lightning, descends from the sky, slamming into this creature, and just evaporating it. But in the process, just the heat and the strike of the bolt kind of burns through the whole area. I need everybody who is basically within 10 feet of this creature, that being the four of you around it, to make a dexterity saving throw as the creature dies in this final throw.
I guess good thing I took the dodge action. I was 15.
Didn't help you much, but
All right.
I would have had advantage, but I rolled the 15 in the first one anyway.
So, Asha fails, Theron fails, Friedrich succeeds, and Sug succeeds. So,
let's see these big numbs were far and Ash should
Are
just
you
die
dead?
outright.
I heard Red say 87 d6. Oh,
Did you say I succeeded, Brad?
Yeah, so you take half. Those of you that succeeded
Nice.
take half of that. Those of you that failed, being the people at 2 HP, basically take the full amount of that, but it's not enough to outright kill you, so you just go unconscious basically. And then yeah, this thing is just dissolved completely in the blast and just disappears. Falcon immediately kind of like rushes over, seeing this, and begins sort of like tending to the wounds as best he can. Nope.
I guess he is a good guy.
he's got
Maybe.
his heart's in the right place.
Not
His heart's
proficient,
in the
not
right
proficient. So Asha, go ahead and make a death saving throw. Just for the lulz. All right. Nona. Nona.
No.
N-O-N-A, Nona.
Elise?
Sorry.
Are you with us? Are you muted?
Am I muted? No,
Not
No.
anymore.
Not
not anymore. Someone was
You're
talking to me.
alive.
Sorry, what's going on?
The boar has been disintegrated by its own like death throw lightning blast, but it
I
has
see.
caused Theron and Asha to be sort of like knocked unconscious. In
Yes,
in
the
blast
boar
attack.
enraged and exploded.
I see.
It went poof.
That's fine.
Very cool.
All right.
See that medicine check.
Oh yeah, that'll go great. I'll try though.
You have your thing. You can do the thing.
My thing.
Yeah,
You
you have
could-
your
if you
psychic
fail, you
thing.
could always roll.
I don't think the thing will help.
It's DC 10.
So I can only use it on things that I'm proficient with.
Oh, you're right. Fair about that.
Correct. All right. Well, You too run up to Theron and do your best, but unfortunately you have no idea. You don't know how to treat like 3rd-degree lightning burns. It wasn't in your purview.
No, it wouldn't be.
Sug.
This is a bonus action. I'll have my spiritual weapon spar with Friedrich.
Nice.
They give you a little swing, a little playful swing.
Playful swing.
And then as an action, I cast Aid on myself, Asha, and Theron.
Okay.
Let the magic life flow through you. You get 5 hit points.
Nice.
If you choose up to 3.
Yeah, I'm
You
1,
did
and they are
choose
2.
Oh, right. Chose yourself.
Yeah. The person with lower
You get the
HP.
weapon.
Okay, listen. You always put the mask on yourself first before the babies because you got to make sure you're alive.
True enough, true enough.
Well, then why didn't Friedrich get the mask? Because he's the biggest baby.
That's what I'm saying. I put it on myself first, and then I'll do it on the baby later.
All right. So with that, you have successfully dispatched all of these attackers.
Well, we somehow lived through that.
And
Baron, you just
Falcon
wake
just-
up and you see Friedrich standing over you.
Falcon.
Ah!
Hi.
Falcon.
Well, that's
Theron,
what
and
you
now
do.
you.
it's a good time to faint back
Yeah, I know,
due
right?
to the imagery.
You're not gonna billow your cloak?
Of course! Billows. It's good to know the last 2 strikes I get on the beast were enough to fell it, though.
So,
Yeah. So
Does anyone know what
I suppose the
happened?
weapon is your friend now.
what was
It
that
seems
thing?
to like you.
Falcon sort of just like looking around, like assessing the damage. I mean, obviously, like this lightning bolt that just struck, basically kind of like burned like most of like the buildings around here as well. You can see like scorch marks on the stone, like the wood has been like flash burned. It's not on fire, but it's been like blackened and burned.
I start cleaning Brad.
And
Also, there's a massive hole.
you see like there's just like the palisade wall over here has just been like torn down by this creature's rampage, and he's just like, I am not sure what that creature was, but I am glad that you were here to help fight it off. Would you not have been here, I fear that we would have met the worst and have to have surrendered this place.
I'm pretty sure if you were the only guard they had.
Did
Probably better not to actually say that to him.
And he just
I'm
sort of
curious.
says like, had I been the only one here, I would have had to take Corvin and Pell and retreat
We're a
from
big
here.
help, Falcon.
Did the board drop a
Those 2
giant?
shots did lots of damage.
Did it drop a giant
I'm
mana
sorry.
crystal when it exploded?
If you look around at the charred ground that is now sort of like a crater where the boar was, you see this sort of like 1 foot long, like blood red crystal that seems to be like crackling with energy.
Yeah, pick that shit up. That seems safe.
All right, yeah, it does. It like buzzes a little bit, right? It's like kind of like static electricity.
It's uncomfy.
Yeah,
You're
it's-
holding on to the gum that's got the buzzer inside of it when you pull it on the.
Yeah. But it is otherwise unharmful, and you are able to take it.
Well, I have to wonder if that boar was maybe a result of what they were talking about before we left. Well, I didn't expect them to do something like this. I sort of look at the big hole in the wall.
Well, it needs to get repaired as soon as possible. Otherwise, they might take advantage of it.
Are you a skilled carpenter?
I guess we
No,
should be
more
glad
of
that
a-
we already took out many of them.
More of a smith than a carpenter.
Falcon just sort of like shakes his head and he says, it will take far too long to repair this wall. I fear that in this case, perhaps the best defense is going to be a good offense. We must find their source of whatever the hell this thing was and kill them all. Put an end to it.
Are you sure it's wise just to charge into some place that we don't know about blindly?
And he just
Their
sort of-
force could be quite overwhelming,
He-
especially if this is what they threw at us.
He shakes his head Do I think it wise? No. Do I think us another option? I do, other than abandoning this place wholesale, I think not. If they are capable of summoning more of those things, then I'm glad that you were here, but I mean, I cannot ask you to stay here. I have nothing to offer in return.
Do I don't. Will us and you be enough to stop them, or should we seek out more help from the Adventurers Guild?
He sort of he kind of like thinks for a moment, and he says, perhaps
Because this has gone from clearing out a house to staving off an invasion.
And he sort of like nods and says, perhaps it would be wise to see what assistance you might be able to gather from the Adventurers Guild. And he sort of like looks around, like surveying the damage. And he's just like, by the saints, what did I do to deserve this?
Killed a lot of orcs, probably.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're not wrong.
that'll do it.
Sug is like also torn now. He's like, I kind of want to like leave some of us here in case they come back, as opposed to all of us going to try to get help from the Adventurers Guild.
And what we will be able to do if split?
Well, I think
If we just send like 2 people back, then we're almost at full strength. It's 60%.
I mean, I think it might be where Falcon and his friends just leaving this place, going back to town for now, and then coming back with help.
Yeah, that might be a better idea.
Could do that.
Yeah, like Friedrich will say, it's like, Falcon, if I may, would it not be more prudent, maybe, for you and your companions to come with us back to town so you can petition aid and then come back?
He sort of like thinks for a moment, and he says, perhaps you are right. He says, this place, I have some attachment to it, sure, but it is not worth giving up my life or the life of my servants for, that is for certain. Perhaps you are right that it is safer to return to Phandalin and seek aid there than to try to defend this place when it has already been breached.
I nod. Most wise.
Besides,
I'm
I don't
sure
think
it
the
was
orcs will be.
No.
I mean, the orcs came here because they were live people. I don't think they'd be interested in an empty building.
Fair enough. They do seem rather murder focused, and it's true.
He just sort of like shrugs, and he says, they occupied that strange mansion for quite some time. I do not think it's strange that they would occupy this place as well, if only for nothing more than a staging ground for their continued raids.
Possible. Nonetheless, probably best to gather up anything that you don't want to leave behind, and we should be heading out as soon as possible.
Yeah, he sort of like nods. He says, I will gather my things. I will inform the cook and the stable boy, and I'll grab my horse and I suppose follow you back to Phandalin.
Excellent.
So are we gonna take a short rest before we head out? So
You're just going. You're just going. That's it. I mean, yeah, that's up to you. Yeah, I mean, he's gonna take time, right?
Well, they take.
Gather his things.
Yeah.
So you have time.
That's what I figure. We could take a short rest while he's doing that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. We got some people that need some hit points.
Yeah.
Short rest.
I'll spend a couple hit dice.
I suppose that's wise. Okay, I get my key points back.
Also helpful.
Does the death save thingy reset?
Yeah, they reset as soon as you regain consciousness.
Yeah. Also, Theron
Nice.
gets all of her fighter abilities back, and hit dice are important.
Do you get second wind and action surge back on the short
Yeah.
rest?
You get both of those back.
Second
You
wind
get
is indeed
superiority dice back.
Oh shit.
13. Well,
Action
I suppose
surge
it's not too
too.
bad.
Fighters are the best.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
What do you mean, no, they're not? I'm
No, they're
here
not.
taking all this damage for you guys, and you're just like, no, you're not. You're not. Next time you can stand in front. Huh? How about that? Hmm?
Yeah, you stand in front of the giant thunderous lightning board.
Alright, never mind.
If he
Thank
just waits for
you.
the giant acid board to show up, he'll stand in front of that
Oh
one.
shit! Yeah.
Oh yeah, when the acid board
When the
shows up,
acid board
then I'll
shows
be in
up.
front. Don't worry. Oh man, as we short resting, Friedrich starts eating his mushrooms. It's back
Do
to
you
normal
sing
now.
us a little song of restful ditty?
Oh yeah, restful ditty. Yeah, everyone take a song of rest.
Restful diddy diddy dum diddy do.
Everyone take a
Ooh.
D6.
2 extra hit points.
Hey, max, just enough for max HP.
Nice. All right, yeah. So you guys settle down, sort of take a short rest while Falcon is gathering up his like important belongings and informing his servants of the situation. I mean, he's leaving like a lot of shit behind, right? Like he's not gonna bring decorations and like furniture and all that kind of shit. He's just gathering up his traveling stuff and saddling up his horse. So it probably only takes like an
Any
hour or so.
valuables, like his
Yeah,
wealth or
like,
whatever.
he doesn't really. Honestly, he gave you the most important things that he had.
His alcohol, Brad, is what
His
he's
alcohol,
taking.
of course, yeah, definitely very important. Yeah, so I think he like gathers up his things and right, let's quit this place then before more of them show up. And yeah, I suppose you kind of like escort him back to Phandalin successfully. You are not accosted on your journey, and you are able to return there.
Oof. Nice.
Safe and sound. And with that, you have completed the Woodland Man's quest. Although there is sort of a little part
Subplot.
2 side plot to it, yes.
Yeah.
But you have completed the main quest.
Mm-hmm. Well, looks like the next one is the Dragon Barrel quest, but I kind of want to see what happens with Falcon first before we do that.
Axholm. I thought we were going to clear out the...
But the sword.
Yeah, well, you're saving the sword for last. We already said this so
God
many times.
damn it.
Guaranteed during the Axholm quest, the dragon actually shows up.
Pretty pog.
And then we don't have the dragon slayer
We'll say,
sword.
as you guys are leaving from Falcon's Lodge, though, I think we see again sort of like you guys like leaving, right? And then the camera kind of like pans back over to the roof of the lodge, and this kind of like blackish purple like rift, like this tear almost sort of opening itself, and we see this sort of cloaked, like dark cloaked humanoid figure sitting kind of like on the edge of the roof, kind of like one leg resting on the other, like hand kind of resting on the knee, or the elbow on the knee, kind of like propping up his chin with his hand, and yeah, he seems to be sort of like looking out in your direction, and then like sort of down at the big like scorch mark on the ground, and he just sort of we hear him sort of saying again, it's like this strange language, but there's like subtitles to it, and he just sort of says, again, these void scent have proven themselves lacking. He says, just what will it take to do away with these budding heroes, I wonder? I suppose we will have to see what this play has in store. And he just sort of disappears into the void once more.
Very nice. Very anime.
And the old man,
Ara.
he was like lagging behind. He saw the whole thing, and no one believes him.
There was this guy who was on the roof. I tell you, it was crazy, crazy.
Stone purple came out of a hole in the sky.
Yeah, like, okay, dude, maybe you shouldn't have eaten those mushrooms that Friedrich gave you.
How much of the alcohol did you drink last night?
Yeah, so you guys have returned to town. You are free to begin, basically, to pursue another one of the quests. I know we probably won't carry on too much longer. I feel like people kind of reaching the end point for them. Unless people think they can go like another half hour or so, we can get started on another quest at least. Or I mean, you could follow
Probably
up
not. I'm at my brother's house. I should probably
Yeah.
go visit at some point.
Yeah.
So I
Or
think
you should have invited your brother to watch.
He's not here right now, but his family is. He's at work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I think in that case, then this is probably a good point as any to stop as you return to town. Since it's-
Important question. Since I did the recap out of turn, who does it next?
Well, I
Pretty
mean, I
sure it
suppose-
was like my turn or something.
Well, as long as the person doesn't have inspiration, they are free to do so if they like. But yeah, I think it's probably Fiora's turn next.
I think it's either
Yeah.
yeah.
If someone
Right,
else
or
wants to
her,
volunteer, go ahead.
Don't
Has
you want
Elise done one?
inspiration?
Hmm?
Elise still has inspiration. She's not using it.
Yeah, she's
Oh,
never
true.
gonna use it.
Yeah, I'm never using it.
Do you have inspiration, Fiora?
No.
She does not.
Okay, then
I-
you got it.
Yeah, Acha and Nona are the only ones that have inspiration right now. All right, so it sounds like then Fiora shall do it next week. Very good.
All right.
So
Yeah, ta.
and next week we will carry on from here and see whether or not they will continue on with one of the other quests and leave that sort of sideline to be completed on its own or follow through on it. Until then, thank you all for playing, and we'll see you next week at the normal time, probably Wednesday instead of Thursday.
Okay, today was scary.